Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are getting under the hood of a machine that's part race car, part science lab on wheels, and 100% engineering marvel, the Formula One car.
So, have you ever really stopped to think about it? How can a car corner so fast it feels like it's defying physics, while at the same time being completely glued to the ground? I mean, we're talking speeds over 370 kilometers per hour, pulling G-forces that would make a fighter pilot blackout. How is that even possible? Well, it all starts with a single word.
And that word is formula. See, that is the absolute key here. It's not just a name, it's a strict set of regulations, a formula that every single team has to design their car to. So what that means is every car on the grid is a completely unique, multi-million-dollar answer to the exact same incredibly complex engineering puzzle.
Okay, so to really understand the modern F1 car, we've got to go back in time. Let's take a look at this timeline of speed, which is really a story of 75 years of just relentless innovation.
It all started back in the 50s with these front-engine beasts that were, well, they were pretty much just modified road cars. But then, things got interesting. The 60s brought a total revolution with rear engines and the very first wings. By the 70s, they were literally bending air with ground effect. And the 80s? That was the composite age, when carbon fiber changed everything. Each decade brought a massive, game-changing leap forward.
Let's talk about the 60s for a second, because this was a huge mental shift. It was this big aha moment where engineers realized, wait a minute, controlling the air around the car is just as important for going fast as the raw power in the engine. And just like that, the whole world of modern F1 aerodynamics was born.
And then came the 80s, and this was an absolute game changer. I mean, they started borrowing materials from the aerospace industry. We're talking carbon fiber. Suddenly, teams could build a car that was way lighter than aluminum, but even stronger than steel. This created an incredibly strong safety cell for the driver and just completely rewrote the book on performance and safety.
All right, so that brings us to today. Let's dig into the anatomy of a modern F1 marvel and see how all those early ideas evolved into the technological masterpieces we see on the grid right now. And trust me, this is where things get really fascinating.
You've probably heard this quote before, and it's honestly the perfect way to think about it. An airplane's wings are shaped to create lift, to make it fly. Well, an F1 car's wings do the exact opposite. They create massive downforce to literally push the car into the track. So much, in fact, that at high speed, the car could theoretically drive upside down in a tunnel.
So how do they do it? Well, every single surface on this car is sculpted for a reason. You've got the front and rear wings, of course, which are actively manipulating the air, but the real magic, the secret sauce, happens underneath the car, with these tunnels that create a powerful low-pressure zone. This essentially sucks the car to the ground. That's ground effect, and it's what allows for those mind-bending cornering speeds.
Okay, but grip from aerodynamics is only half the story. You also need power, and at the heart of this machine is one of the most sophisticated engines on the planet. This isn't just some big gas-guzzling engine. We're talking about a highly efficient hybrid system, a small 1.6-liter V6 turbo paired with a powerful system that actually recovers wasted energy from braking and even from the turbo's heat. And to put that into perspective, your typical road car, even a pretty sporty one, might redline around 6,000 RPM. An F1 engine screams all the way up to 15,000 RPM. That's more than double. It's producing nearly 1,000 horsepower from an engine that's incredibly small. It's just a wild feat of engineering.
Now get ready for this, because this number is just mind-blowing. 50%. That's the thermal efficiency of a modern F1 power unit. What that means is it converts half of its fuel's energy directly into power. Your road car, it's lucky if it hits 20%. This is efficiency at the absolute limit of what's possible.
So what holds all this incredible technology together? Well, the car's chassis, what they call the monocoque, is almost entirely made of carbon fiber composites. As you can see, it's the vast majority of the car. And this stuff is like magic. It's incredibly light, but it's also stronger than steel, giving you that perfect blend of performance and safety.
And that strength is absolutely critical. That carbon fiber monocoque acts as a survival cell for the driver. You combine that with the HANDS device that protects the head and neck, and the titanium halo over the cockpit, and you have a system that lets drivers walk away from massive accidents, protected by some of the most advanced safety technology anywhere in the world. But this kind of technology never ever stands still. So the big question is, where does this incredible engineering go from here? Well, the future is already starting to take shape. The next major evolution is just around the corner. The 2026 regulations are going to push the hybrid system even further, with a much bigger emphasis on electrical power. And maybe most importantly, the cars are going to run on a 100% sustainable carbon-neutral fuels. On top of that, the aerodynamics are being redesigned to allow for even closer racing.
You know, this brings up a really fascinating comparison with motorsport's all-electric cousin, Formula E. As F1 pursues these advanced hybrids and sustainable fuels, Formula E is pushing the absolute limits of battery technology. You're looking at two very different but equally innovative paths toward the future of motorsport, playing out in real time.
So from those simple front-engine racers to today's hybrid marvels, the evolution has just been breathtaking. And it leaves us with one final thought. After 75 years of unbelievable innovation, as technology and sustainability become everything, what will the pinnacle of motorsport even look like 75 years from now? What new physics will they unlock next?